Hey guys, I'm Rachel Cruz.
I'm George Camel.
And this is
Smart Money Happy Hour.
Cheers, George.
Cheers.
Delicious.
Amazing.
Well, this is the show where two friends who happen to be money experts talk about what you're talking about. So everything from pop culture, current events, and money.
And today's vibes are excellent already, Rachel, because it's the first episode of 2025.
I know, you guys. Happy New Year.
We made it. The haters doubted.
And thanks for being here. You know, maybe it's a fresh start. Maybe people think, hey, we want to listen to a money podcast and start a new trail.
A new journey.
Yeah.
We're all on a journey,
We're
as we
glad
are.
you're here.
And today we're talking about money habits you should leave behind in 2025. But before we get to 2025, all things good and bad, let's share what we're sipping on, Rachel.
Yes.
It's a Frostbite.
What a fun drink name. And it's really good.
It looks like the milk after you eat Lucky Charms.
Oh my gosh, it does. That's so true.
And I'm going to call this drink, Oops, All Booze. It's a boozy one for being such a fun color. It looks like you'd just be drinking blue milk, but it's not.
Oh my goodness. Well, for those of you that don't know, George and I, we are in the personal finance space when it comes to what we talk about in life. And one of the best parts of our job when it comes to this is just new beginnings, fresh starts, clean slate, a do-over, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, getting out of debt, maybe investing for the first time, getting that emergency fund in place. We love to cheer people on as they take control of their finances and to start rewriting a different story.
Yeah, in the new year, it presents itself in that way, right? Everyone's looking for the fresh start.
Yeah, for some reason, January 1st, it's just a day, but it feels like a blank slate.
It really does.
Who knows what's possible?
Who knows? We have all of 2025. Can you believe 2025? I remember Y2K. Do you remember Y2K?
Yeah.
Man, and that was
I think I still have trauma from what they said was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Dave and Sharon may have had a few cases of water in the basement.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, we didn't know.
I was too young to even know.
Oh, you were?
Well, I mean, I was in like fifth grade.
I know. Did you not
So
think
I wasn't like a prepper at that point.
I just remember everyone being like, the computers can't take a 2000. They can't take it. It's
the banks are going to shut down.
Yeah, it's all going to crash. Yeah.
And here we are.
Here we are, 25 years later.
The world crumbled for different
25
reasons.
years later, a quarter of a century.
Yeah. I was real nervous about what you were going to say.
I thought decade, and I was like, that's not the right word. That's not the right word.
Wow.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to talk about, some habits, good and bad, to look at in 2025 when it comes to your money.
Well, when you leave behind a bad one, you got to pick up a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, and,
I'm sure James Clear's talked about that. I'm sure he invented that somehow.
Sure did.
Father of the habit.
Father of the habit. He birthed the habit. So we are going to talk about habits in this episode. It's going to be fun, George.
Yeah, we'll call out a few non-money related habits and behaviors that we'd like to see each other leave in 2024. I've got some bones to pick with you, Rachel.
All right, I can't wait to hear about it. Okay, George, what's one habit you want to see leave in 2025?
People who are putting their financial goals on the back burner.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's always this is like with investing. Well, I'll just do it next year. I'll get to that later on. I'll save when I'm older, right? That's what people say to themselves. And it's like when you're scrolling Instagram on your couch after dinner and you're like, I'll get up, I'll go to bed at 8:30. 8:31 hits, you're like, make it 8:45. Then before you know it, it's midnight and your spouse is waking up to feed your infant child and you're still
oh my gosh,
rotting on the couch like a lowlife.
It is weird how time just evaporates when you scroll. It's not good.
And I was up late last night watching a Netflix series. And I was like, I'm going to regret this in the morning, but I just want to finish it and be done with it.
See, I don't do that. I don't have that issue. I am.
Are you like, the clock hits 8
because I'm physically tired. I'm like, I can't, even if I wanted to try to stay up late, I really can't.
Does your body just know, or do you have like an alarm set on your phone that says it's 8 o'clock bedtime?
No, my body's like, good night, Rachel.
Wow. Good night, Moon.
Yeah, good night, Moon.
Rachel.
Good night,
Is Winston
Rachel.
the night owl?
No, neither of us are.
He's out.
Yeah, we both go to bed in an embarrassing early time sometimes, but we get great sleep, which is why we're so healthy. I'm just kidding.
Didn't we just do an episode about your Sonic and McDonald's runs?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. But you make up for that with your other healthy habits.
That's right. So healthy habits are great. Okay, you know the one I hope stops in 2025?
What's that?
This whole like kind of cool factor of like not really knowing what's in your bank account.
It has become trendy.
It's like trendy to be like, oh my gosh, I don't really know, but we're just going to go for it. Or like whatever the excuse is. But some people, it's like ignorance is bliss. Their head is in the sand. They don't even want to know what is going on with their money. We got to stop that, y'all.
Yeah,
We
I
gotta
saw the
stop that.
video. The girl said, I don't want to look at my bank account because I don't need that negative energy in my life. Or it's none of my business. Like, it's literally your business.
It's literally
if
your
you
business.
are the business, your business is about to be bankrupt, girl.
Yeah.
Let's do something about this. So people like to make light of it because I think it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, and again, money's not everything in life. Like, we're okay to take some lighthearted approaches for sure, right? But when it starts to like become a pattern, and that's really how you function, you're not just kind of like joking about it with your friends. Yeah, we're gonna raise a little red flag.
If it's like your personality trait to make fun of how broke you are,
oh my gosh,
maybe you need a new personality.
George, stop that.
That's all I'm saying. Just like people who make CrossFit
I think
or
people make
veganism their personality.
Oh
I think we need a better personality.
Yeah, but there are people that like work hard. And it's like, yeah,
You're
it all
right.
goes, and then they just like kind of have fun with the fact of like, oh, well, look at so-and-so over there doing
But
that.
usually there's some toxic habits that they're sort of just like, yeah, but I'm going to keep my toxic habits.
Yeah, if it's justifying it. But
Yeah.
some people are wise with it. Come on, George, don't be grumpy.
I'm a fuddy-duddy.
Don't be grumpy. So grumpy.
I don't want to see that in my feed. Okay, we get it.
We get it. Okay, other things to stop doing in 2025, using your credit card as an emergency fund.
This one grinds my gears.
I bet it does,
The
George.
fact that you
Tell
think the
us.
credit card company is your friend and your saving grace and your little security blanket, and they're going to charge you 25% APR on that purchase when you're in an emergency.
Here's my theory.
Terrible.
I don't think people always are like, oh yeah, the credit card companies are for me. I don't think they always think that. I think they believe I have no other option. And this is it. Like, this is my option.
I don't have 10,000, so if I needed to spend 10 grand for an emergency, I could swipe the card.
I could just swipe the card. Yeah, they see it as kind of like the last line of defense, where we want you to be the last line of defense and to actually say, hey, let's have some goals around this so that the credit card doesn't become the safety net. Because what ends up happening is you have a car issue and then you got to fix it with a credit card. Well, your car issue's fixed, but now you have a money issue versus getting the car fixed with money you've saved. And then you're done. No more issues.
Yep.
No more issues, right?
And I found there's a correlation between people who get ahead with money and people who aren't getting all these ankle biter emergencies, always dragging them down, using the card to swipe. And that's why the starter emergency fund is key. Getting $1,000 saved, while it may not sound like life-changing money, it really does cover those little ankle biters that keep throwing you off the wagon.
Well, 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency in cash.
Oof.
So for a little less than half of America, $1,000 is pretty good.
Which means you're swiping that card if you have a $450 emergency.
You're swiping it probably a lot.
So
getting that
$1,000 to
emergency.
start, get that done really fast. Takes most people 30 days or less to do this.
Yep.
Probably next paycheck if you can just hunker down, cut some expenses, sell some stuff. And then you want, long-term, a fully funded emergency fund once you're out of debt. And that's 3 to 6 months of expenses.
Yes.
I call this like the never go into debt insurance policy. Because when
Yeah.
you have that, you never have a reason to go swipe the card.
That's right. Yes. And that's a great place to be. Like when you get to baby step 3 and it's done, it's like, oh my gosh, I have no payments and I have a fully funded emergency fund. Oh, I'm good. Like that's where really the stress dies down.
And in my early 20s, I had the Amex Sky Miles card.
Yeah, you
I had
did,
the
George.
Discover cashback card.
Did you get a lot of cash back?
No, I was broke. It's like when you think about this, when you're 20 years old, you're making no money, and you're thinking like, well, I'm going to get a great credit score. I'm going to get some sweet cash back. So I was in credit card debt, and finally, when I cut up the cards and I took debt off the table, it was amazing what happened. I just made very different decisions.
Yes.
And I got the $1,000 saved, got out of my debt in about 18 months, got a fully funded emergency fund, and I never looked back. No credit card since.
You know, that's a really good point. It's almost like even though the quote unquote I pay it off every month credit card idea,
We see you.
we know you're out there. If other parts of your money are not great either, like if we don't really have a big savings account, we do have some other debt over here, you're kind of just like, you kind of got all these like, what do they call it? Rods in the fire, sticks in the fire. They got
Irons?
Irons in the fire. There's a lot of irons in the fire.
Been waiting to use the word irons. That's great. I was like, rods in the fire. Is this biblical? Spare the child, burn the rods.
Oh my gosh!
That's the line.
You got a lot of irons in the fire that aren't great, right? Like you're kind of just managing your money, like barely getting by. It's like, oh my gosh, we got all this stuff. So to completely turn your whole perspective around money, do something drastic, like cut up the credit cards. And it's not even the fact that like you had to depend on the credit cards, because I think some people don't, but they're still paying car loans. They're still kind of like managing everything else just to keep their head above water. When you do something drastic with your money, it forces everything else to change.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of a good like shock the monkey. There's another phrase
There we
for
go.
you. I got that one
so
right.
irons in the fire, we're shocking them. How about this one?
Go.
Burn the ships. That's one of my favorites.
Wait, don't burn them, right? We don't.
There's some story about they burned the ships so they couldn't turn back.
Oh.
So there's this
But
like
don't
I'm
you-
never going back moment. I don't know. It was a great historical thing.
Okay,
Read the book about it. I'm not
emergen-
going to give you a history lesson.
The emergency phone. The emergency fund is the lifeboat on the burning boat. So, burn the boats, get in the lifeboat, and then you're good. You're sailing away to new heights. Ah.
Wow, we have analogied this to death. The 4 people that are left listening are just hanging on for dear life to their little life rafts at this
Oh
point.
my gosh.
Gonna keep it going.
Okay, the next one's for me.
This is for you.
Stop buying things on sale just because they're on sale. This is one of my downfalls, you know? You see a great sale, so you throw in an extra sweater in the cart because it's 50% off, right?
Do you get a little dopamine hit just seeing the word sale?
Yeah, and mine's not because I get to save more money, it's because I get more stuff.
Oh, thank you for your honesty.
It's not this like, oh, I'm playing this great game. It's like
She's happy to pay full price.
I get more for the same amount of money I was going to spend.
More bang for the buck.
I'm a quantity over quality. I know it's not like the minimalism cool thing, but that is Rachel all day.
Yeah, this is a big one. Just because it's on sale doesn't mean it's a good deal.
Yep.
Everything's 100% off if you don't buy it. And you can go broke while, quote unquote, saving money. Right? I bought it because
Thanks,
on sale.
Winston.
I put it on the
I'm
card.
just kidding.
I am Winston.
I'm kidding.
A lot of people mistake me for Winston when I'm walking around the streets. I have to explain to them. He's a little bit taller. No, this is a good one.
It's true, though. I know.
Probably the hardest one to pass up, especially holidays and sales and emotional spending, retail therapy. And now that the phone apps, like they go to you. The notification pops up letting you know.
See, I don't do notifications.
What about emails? Do you get the emails? I feel like you're
I
old
do,
school.
but I do try to subscribe.
Unsubscribe?
I'm sorry, hold on. You feel like I'm old school?
You just seem like an email newsletter kind of guy.
Number one, I don't know why that's offensive.
How else would you-
I think that's great, but like,
Would you rather me say, well, you wait for the J. Crew catalog to arrive by pigeon?
by pigeon.
How do you find out about sales?
Yeah, email. But I do try to unsubscribe. I will go through and unsubscribe because man,
Yeah.
it's crazy the amount of emails you get.
I love doing that like right before Black Friday. November 1st hit, and it was like every company decided, go, 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 descend, descend. And I just started unsubscribing in mass
Oh, yeah.
on
through it
November
all.
1st to all, because I was like, they're starting their campaigns.
Yeah. And you'll get so much.
So
So,
if
yeah.
it's
So don't
tempting
fall
you-
for it. And you taught me this, George, that sometimes these stores, it's the same price, but they like just say it's on sale or something. I feel like
Oh,
that should be
yeah.
illegal.
Well, they have the MSRP or retail price, and so they go, well, it's 40% off. And you go, it's still $78 for this cardigan, even 40% off.
Mm-hmm.
And next week when the sale's over, they're going to have a new sale, and it's still going to be $78.
Yeah.
So they use a lot of tomfoolery to trick you, Rachel. Don't fall for it.
Don't fall
Don't
for
fall
it.
for the
Yeah.
schemes.
Okay, but hear us out. There is one discount that is worth it, and that is getting up to 40% off Cozy Earth.
Yes. And this is not hypocritical. Here's the deal. If something's on sale and you want it and you budget for it, that's great. We're not mad at sales and marketing.
That's right.
That's not evil. It's when you do it flippantly, impulsively, with debt
And
that we're not a
justify
fan.
it, right, for other means. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
So-
But if there is something that you want and there is a great sale, use that to your advantage because you're going to get a great deal, which I think is awesome. So, Cozy Earth, they do have up to 40% off, you guys. And
Just for Smart Money Happy Hour listeners.
yeah, just for
This is not a
y'all.
random
You're so
thing.
welcome. I mean, do you feel so special?
I felt special.
I felt special. Because that's a big discount. And the quality of Cozy Earth products is incredible.
For a quantity girl, I'm so proud of you
It is.
for learning that quality matters.
And you know what? One place I do invest are sheets. Good sheets, y'all. You know it. And if you spend time like in hotels, like when we travel,
Yes.
you can tell that is
Well,
a
think
that's
about
a
it.
good
You
bet or
spend a
not.
third of your life in bed.
That's a great point, George.
Make it cozy.
Make it cozy. I know, with Cozy Earth and
Yeah.
your pajamas that you wear.
I
My
love 'em.
pajamas, they're so great. So great. So
Blankets, all the things. Sweaters for the guys. Winston's got a hoodie that he loves. So
Yeah.
go check it out. CozyEarth.com/smartmoney or use the promo code SmartMoney to get up to 40% off. And if you get the post-purchase survey, let them know you found out about them through Smart Money Happy Hour.
all right, another habit to leave behind, George. talking to myself, comparing yourself to others. Can I just add with a little asterisk on social media?
That's the big one.
I mean, man, social media. We always talk about it, but it's just true. I mean, and
Do you think it's mostly Instagram, or do you see like Facebook and other places?
I don't get on anything else.
I
get
think
on Twitter
Instagram
for
is the
news.
place you flex.
Me too.
I don't think Facebook, there's a lot of flexing. It's mostly venting.
Yeah.
Mostly Facebook groups. That's where I hang out.
Okay. Oh.
Like the neighborhood Facebook group is, I'm
Okay.
like,
See, we have a Group Me Facebook.
I get popcorn.
We have a Group Me, the app for our neighborhood.
That's pretty hip.
Well.
You think the guys are in there too? I feel like.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are the guys posting?
Well, they have a guys group
what
and
are
a
they?
girls group. Well, like that was the overall.
So they split up.
There's a lot of different groups. There's like referral group. There's
Wine.
social group. There's book club group. There's the.
Are you in any of the groups?
Yes, I'm in all of them.
Are you like mayor of your neighborhood? What are you doing?
No, I just like to go to everything I can.
Wow.
So fun.
I didn't know you were like social butterfly in your own neighborhood.
Oh yeah, I started a Bible study in my neighborhood. Got 12 ladies coming.
That is actually shocking.
What?
I mean, you're a busy mom, you know? Like that's a lot
It's every
on
other
the
week,
plate.
and it's just per semester. It's like 6 times a semester we get together.
Wow. Do you come
We
up
call
with the
it-
curriculum?
Are you ready for the title of it?
Yeah.
Jesus and Wine.
Oh, wow.
So we bring wine, and we go through it with like a study or a book or whatever it is.
That's
We went
wonderful.
through. You ready for this? We just finished last night. Was our last one for the semester. It what's the book of the Bible that I just went through for the last semester that I'm blanking on? But you love
Habakkuk?
it. Nope.
Oh, Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes. I was supposed to say Ephesians. I was like, it wasn't Ephesians. We did Ecclesiastes.
What'd you think?
We went through a book with it. It was good.
I need to read the book.
It's called Living Life Backwards.
Oh.
Yep. You'll like it.
Any favorite verses or takeaways from Ecclesiastes you'd like to share with the group?
Yeah, since we're talking about like comparing others, I like the level of like moodiness of Ecclesiastes that like kind of gets you down to like what's really like, listen, we're all going to die.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
then it'll flip around and be like, but be merry, enjoy your hard work. So I love that too.
Yes. It's like Bon Iver into Michael Bublé.
It does. Yeah,
It's a very different vibe. It's like the Titanic is going down. Let's have a good time. Let the band play.
That's exactly it. Dance, be merry. Don't worry about trying to be in control. Like, just
There we
enjoy
go.
life. Yeah.
So everything is meaningless. So stop comparing your life to
that's
someone
right. We'll wrap
else's.
this all back into
There it
stop
is.
comparing
No,
yourself to others.
that is a good one. And it's difficult because even as you get better in your career, you get better with money. Well, there's always someone who's 9 steps ahead of you that
Yes.
you're like, but we don't have that kind of money.
Yep.
And
totally.
we live in this county where Ramsey is. It's like the 11th wealthiest county in the nation. So the level of wealth here is just mind-blowing.
Yeah. People are, yes. Yeah. So just to,
Don't compare. And you talk a lot about contentment. That's a great way to fight the temptation to compare.
Yes.
You wrote a book about it. You've got a kid's book about it. You got a journal about it. You're all about it.
I need more of it.
You are
That's why
Mrs.
I write about it.
Contentment.
Just kidding. No, but there is a level of peace in life that is so worth chasing and to have and to rest and be like, oh, life is good. Like, life is fine. Why do I feel like I have to just keep going and going?
Yeah.
And having goals and striving for stuff, it's not bad, but it's out of the motivation and where that's coming from.
Yes.
Is what is so important.
As someone who's goal-oriented and futuristic, it's harder for me to pause and be grateful and be content.
And you know, my level of like, oh gosh, keep going. It's not because I want everyone else to think I'm great. It's not that. It's this feeling of like, oh, but if I go there or get that or do that, accomplish that, something is in my life is going to be better because of it. And that's just
And it rarely is. You go
know?
with you. It's one of my favorite quotes.
Yes, it's so true.
So like get yourself to a healthy place internally
Yes.
before you accomplish any external goals.
Yes, I know. I remember
So deep.
we were building our house and we were moving in. I was like 9 months pregnant with Charles. We had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And we were in the kitchen of our old house. And it was like a few nights before we moved into our new house. And I remember telling Winston, we're like feeding the kid in the high chair and there's food. It was just gross. I mean, everything's just like a mess. And I was like, I cannot wait to get to the new house. And
It'll
Winston,
all be better.
Well, yeah. And he like looked at me. He was like, babe, just like pick this up and set it in a new kitchen.
Move this mess into a nicer kitchen.
It's going to be the exact same scenario, maybe with a different
nicer
countertop.
countertops. There you go.
But that's it. But for real, you kind of have this belief of like, oh my gosh, if I just had that, something else is going to be fixed within me, and it is an empty promise, not fulfilling.
Who knew? From a Smart Money Happy Hour podcast, you'd be getting such deep life lessons.
Oh, George, this isn't deep. This is life.
Oh, wow. Sorry, this is just vanity then. It's all vanity. She's been reading Ecclesiastes, clearly.
This is where we go. No. I mean, like, this is the level at which...
This is a normal level of depth for you.
This is
very deep for me.
George, you're not
This is shallow waters for Mrs. Cruz. I am
Get
deep
in my
sea
lifeboat.
fishing.
Because your ship is burned.
Come
with me.
I don't know where you bought that
I'll
boat.
row us to deeper waters, George.
We're rowing? We're in a rowboat?
Oh, that is, yeah, no, let's have a
You should have went to Rick's Boats and got a nicer boat. What are you doing? You can afford a better boat.
Thanks for the callback.
I'll sell you one.
Thanks for the callback.
All right, next habit to leave behind in 2025, paying for subscriptions you rarely use. This one is close to home, and I have an honest confession that is also on growth.
Oh, cool.
I finally quit my gym. Stop paying for the membership.
Good job, George. How'd that feel?
Dave talks about, when it's time to quit. Like, quitting is good if you're quitting the wrong things. And for me, it was the wrong thing in the wrong season.
Totally.
And so we got a workout bench. I'm going to start working out with Whitney at home in the garage.
Oh my gosh, that's what Winston and I do.
I said the Cruises do this. It
you'll
works
love
for
it.
them.
Yes.
And so she's been I found that Whitney is the type that needs like the supportive spouse who's also doing the thing.
It is a game changer.
I'm not great at that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, you should commit. I don't want to have to commit because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she loves the accountability of both of us doing the thing.
It'll feel great too. That's great, George.
So it feels good to cut that.
Okay, one habit I want to end for all of America is letting our personal info run wild on the internet.
It's become too much.
Not good. I mean, this is like a major currency of the day, you guys. Your information is so important. And now, because of the internet, it's everywhere, more than you even realize. So with Delete Me, they actually go in and remove all this personal information. This is your name, your home address, your phone number from data broker websites that will sell your information or trade it to other companies. And they make money off your information. And so Delete Me goes in and removes it, and it's amazing.
Which protects you from online risks, scams, data breaches, spam texts, all of that stuff. And it's been super helpful. They have saved me 55 hours so far.
Oh,
of
no
time
way.
it would have taken me to scour the web, fill out all the forms, remove it myself. And it's a super affordable service, and they're making it even more affordable for Smart Money Happy Hour fans. All you need to do is go to joindeleteme.com/smartmoney, and you'll get 20% off any of their plans.
Yep, it's amazing.
Worth it.
Yep,
Worth
check
the
it out,
peace
you
of mind.
guys, for real. In the world we live in today, in 2025, what a year.
It's a subscription worth having.
It is, for sure. Protect
Cut
your
one
information.
if you have to and pick this one up.
Yep. Okay, another habit to drop, justifying little treats.
This one's the easiest to justify because it's a little treat, Rachel.
I know. And
it's $5 here.
I know.
$7 there. And it adds up.
I know. I was telling some of the girls today during a content meeting where I was like, man, I missed, because of my age, I think, the brunch era. Like, you know how brunch is really cool right now?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't 10 years ago, like when I didn't have kids, like
No one was going to brunch.
Yeah,
10
or maybe
years
I just
ago?
wasn't, I didn't know it was, maybe I wasn't cool and
I think
people were
nobody
doing
was,
that.
Nobody was inviting you to brunch.
Maybe that was it. I don't know. But now I see via Instagram,
You center your whole week around what's
people
going on for
like
brunch.
like girls going out to brunch with their friends. I don't know. And I'm like, man, I miss the brunch era. And I'm like, that's where I would, like, it's those things that I'm like, oh my gosh, I would justify that. Like, if I had the time and the bandwidth all day, like, give me a social situation in a restaurant. That would be my little treat.
Yep. Or like when
and
you're
I'd be like,
running
it's
errands.
fine. Just bottomless mimosas. Yeah.
Go for it.
Just add it to the tab. It's just a little treat. It's been a big week. We're gonna just enjoy this. That's it's real.
Do you do this when you're running errands? You're like, well, we should stop and get a little treat, a little Starbucks or a little something on the way.
You know, I'm not.
We're out. Let's get lunch.
Okay, so mine's food. I'm not a Starbucks person.
I've never seen you darken the door of a Starbucks.
I mean,
I wouldn't even know your Starbucks order.
Oh, you ready? Either just a medium Pike's Place black coffee or a chai tea latte. That's it.
Pike Place?
Well, I don't
It's
know.
the best you can do?
Yeah, it's what they have on tap. So the only time I really eat
Get there
it
before noon, get a blonde roast.
is an airport. So give me the bacon Gouda sandwich, breakfast sandwich.
Oh, that is a good one.
And a Pikes Peak medium black coffee.
Pike Place. You just keep changing the name on us. But I respect that you drink black coffee. Is that true?
Yeah, no cream.
Look
No
at
sugar.
that. That's on growth.
Yeah, I did that because
That's a habit to leave behind. Just pouring all of the dairy and sugar you can into your coffee.
I do black coffee and Keurig, George.
That I think you need to cover up. That's worth putting some cream in.
Yeah, yeah. So so my little treat is not Starbucks. Mine would be grabbing lunch out, a little Shalotsky's run through, if you know what I mean. Little drive-through action there. Number one without black olives.
Wow.
Cracked pepper
I feel like
chips.
you keep saying it as if you're hoping someone's gonna like ship you this order or something. Like, it'd be disgusting.
People that like Shalotsky's appreciate this. Yeah, that would be mine. And or if I was like at Target, I'd like pick up a sweater or something. That'd be a little treat.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's considered little treats, but
No,
those
that
are
counts.
mine. Those are mine.
I went to this local coffee shop, very hip, thinking like, well, I got to try it out. And of course, the lattes are, $6 something. Then you get the non-dairy milk. That's an extra $1. So I walked out of there and I was spending like for 2 drinks, $15.
Oh my geez.
And they were fine. Not
Sure.
$15 worth.
Sure, totally.
And it just made me a little disgusted at myself for falling for this little treat culture.
Yeah, I get that.
But it was our anniversary.
I get that. Yeah.
So I thought, if there's ever a day to treat yourself to a little treat, it's our anniversary.
Go get the nice coffee.
But let us say that we are pro treats. As long as it's in the budget, it's not impulsive, and you actually wanted to buy it, and you know what it's doing to your other financial goals.
Yes.
The problem is like, where'd my money go? And I look at your bank statement, and it's just little treat, little treat, little treat, big treat, little treat, little treat.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
That feels like the worst kids book ever. It's like the worst Dr. Seuss book.
Little treat, little treat. Okay, last one. Letting FOMO control your financial decisions.
Ooh.
So
This is real.
yeah, this is a habit of like, oh my gosh, I just don't want to miss out. So I'm going to go into debt for this thing. I'm going to use my emergency funds to go here or there, like whatever it is, and it's affecting your financial foundation, we'll call it. Whew.
This happens a lot
Tough.
socially. Like there's the bachelor trip, the wedding, whatever the thing is that's going to be really expensive. Or you're out to dinner and everyone's ordering this thing and it's going to cost you this much. And you're like, I don't have the money for this, or I shouldn't be spending money on this. But you do it because of the surroundings that you're in, your environment.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it can happen very easily. And I would be guilty of this. This is where I'm like, let's just go.
In the spirit of the moment with everyone there, you're like, sure, why not?
Totally.
So you got to have the boundary in place before you show up.
Yes.
Know what you're going to spend, know what's in the budget, and know how to say no.
I love it. Yep. Well, y'all, some good habits to leave behind in 2024.
That's right.
Because 2025 is going to be a new, beautiful year.
Wow. You said it with such confidence and ease. I believed it.
Like, that was like 2024 me, is what you can say. Like, oh my gosh, that was so 2024.
Remember 2024 me?
That was so 2024. This is 2025. And we're doing something new. Okay, what's a habit you're going to break, George?
A habit I'm going to break. Oh my gosh. I think phones is the new thing I need to break. Like, it's just you just get used to just pulling out the phone anytime, anywhere, for as long as you want. Just open app, close the app, scroll, tap the like button, get out of there, tap another app. I just need to put my phone away more and be more present and get outside more.
Yeah. Before we get to guilty as charged, what is in this drink?
This is called a Frostbite.
And why is it blue?
Well, there's an ingredient that has the word blue in it, if that's any indication.
That's a good hint.
It's got Blanco tequila, blue curaçao, crème de cacao, and heavy cream.
Okay.
So it's a creamy tequila blue drink. I don't know the flavor of blue curaçao.
Are my teeth blue?
Not that I can tell.
Okay, good.
But thank you for smiling at me. That's very nice. What would you rate this drink?
I'm going 10 out of 10.
Wow. It feels like I'm inside of the movie Frozen.
If I was out with friends and we were like, oh, let's get like a dessert drink, I'd be like, we should order the Frostbite.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's such a
on
fun...
a crisp night?
Yeah.
It feels like this is what Elsa would drink on her 21st birthday. If I may. Whenever she gets there, when Frozen 9 comes out, I hope they're having Frostbites by the fire. That's very nice. So this...
Hey, do you know that they think that the ship at which Elsa and Anna's parents died in was actually the ship that the Little Mermaid was swimming around?
Is that a conspiracy?
I don't know. But they all connect. Did you know that all Disney movies, they like have connections
I didn't
to all
know
of them?
that.
Yeah. Wild.
I didn't know you could have real conspiracies for fictional movies. That's amazing.
I can find them anywhere, George.
That's amazing. Thank you for that fun fact.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, hey, try this drink. The recipe's in the show notes. It costs $2.27. My rating, in case you were curious, 8 out of 10.
Okay, why not a 10 out of 10?
I'm just exhausted by the dairy drinks.
Michael keeps giving us dairy drinks, I know.
I'm just never like, you know what I'd love is a cold glass of milk with some booze in it. So I'm not there yet. But it is a good drink as far as dairy goes. And
Because I'm going to say this, it may be the tequila, but there's like that aftertaste that's great.
yeah, it's nice.
It's nice.
And I will say, mixologist Michael did an incredible job with the glass.
It's beautiful.
It's got the like frosted cranberries with the sugar and simple syrup on there.
Some of.
The coconuts that are glued on there somehow with Elmer's. I don't know what he did to this. It's impressive.
It's so great.
So go check it out in the show notes and make it for yourself.
All right, George. Now it's time for Guilty as Charged. And this is where our producer Kelly gives us a new Guilty as Charged question every week. And if we're guilty, we take a sip.
All right. Have you ever made an ambitious purchase that went with one of your goals or resolutions that you didn't do anything with?
This feels like a personal burn. Almost every goal that wasn't financial, I think. I mean, buying books that I didn't read, that I was like, I'm going to read 50 books. I got to buy the books.
Oh, no, you bought
Didn't
the books
read
before.
50 books.
Oh, no, George. Man.
That's a tough one.
Man.
The other one is literally any workout gear or equipment. I was like, well, if I get the right shoes, I'll work out better.
But you're about to start a home
case.
gym, so you gotta use it.
We did buy the bench. I have not used said bench so far.
Do you have free weights?
I have some dumbbells.
Okay.
I need to up my dumbbell game.
Yeah. That's
Not
great.
quite there yet.
Yep. Okay. It's good, George.
How about you?
Yeah, I think the worst one for me was it was a workout. This was like, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. And I bought a workout app because of a girl I followed on Instagram, swore by it. And I was like, oh yeah, this would be good. I could do this like by myself, like, you know. And I went to buy it, and of course they give you a deal that they're like, if you buy it for a year, it's $149. Or if you buy it for a month, it's $20. So you get a better deal if you buy the year-long subscription. And I was
Look at you trying to save money.
And I was like, well, of course I'm going to use it for a year. Yeah. So I bought a $150 workout app. Yep.
And?
Didn't use it.
Ooh.
And then the worst part of it all. Say it, Kelly.
Oh, no. It renewed.
Renewed to the next year, and
I just home alone. Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
But
That is awful.
do you know what
The
I did?
renewal hurts my soul.
Oh, it was my stomach. I literally got, and my stomach dropped. I was like, oh no, that was 2022, Rachel. Like that's like no, that's not good.
Oh gosh.
But you know what I did is I submitted it to the Apple Store,
Oh, for a refund.
and they refunded me.
Thank you. That is the most George thing you've ever done in your life. That is the life hack. If it charges you, and as soon as it charges,
it was within 15 minutes.
Yeah.
because I got the email. I got the email.
Look at her getting emails.
I got the email, and I was like, oh no. And yeah, and it was great. It refunded me, and it was fine. So I felt good about myself.
I'm really proud of you for even knowing that was a possibility.
And then you know what else I did? That was so great. This isn't guilty as charged. This is like amazing as charged because I did that. And then the
Not a
other thing I
segment.
did was I want to do my steps. I'm into steps right now. Like I try
Oh, that's
to get,
right. You just found out that the Apple Health app tracks your steps.
That's my story. Yeah. So I downloaded a step app.
Did you pay for it?
Well, that was the thing. The step app was like, oh, you get 30 days free. But you know, whatever. So I bought it, but it wasn't going to charge me till after the 30-day trial. Well, then I learned that Apple's been keeping my steps, which is another conspiracy theory. They know where I've been for a long time. And I was like, oh my gosh. But they track my steps. So then I went through, George, and I canceled my trial of the other app so I didn't get charged.
Wow.
I felt very responsible.
That really is growth for you.
I know. I felt good. It felt
Also,
good.
you should just text me before you make any life decision so I can show you the better, easier, cheaper way.
And it's free on the Apple version.
It is free on the Apple.
It's great. It's great.
This is really good. Yeah, the other things are like we bought a Peloton during COVID. Never used it.
Oh, that
sold it for a
was
loss.
the hot thing. Where have Pelotons gone? I feel like they kind of dropped
Then
off
there
the
was
map.
the portable treadmill. It's just like a flat little nice little
Okay,
treadmill.
I've thought about doing that for the winter to get my steps in.
I should have sold you the one that we never used.
Was it good?
It was great. We just never used it.
Okay,
And so
okay.
then I was like, we're going to sell it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so there's a lot of things that we buy and then sell for a loss and then go, we'll never do this again. And then we go do it again.
Man, the workout industry, I bet, makes a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Well, they can
Out
prey
of like
on your
good
insecurities.
intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good intentions is a great business model.
it's great. So good.
All right.
Okay, George. Well, if you guys have any fun guilty as charged questions, send them our way. We're on social. Just DM us. We look for them because they're always fun when they come from you all. And make sure to follow us on social. Subscribe to this. Share the episode with friends and family. And make sure to check out our episode on how to start becoming a millionaire in 2024. So we're going to go back a year, but all of the advice still applies because we talk about timeless money advice, don't we, George?
That's right. It still works year after year.
Yep. And so we'll see you guys next Thursday on an all new episode of
Smart Money Happy
Hour.